Right. I'm on first. For those who don't know me, I'm Rachel's father, and I have the pleasure of saying a few words of congratulations and other things in relation to Rachel and Jimmy. I understand that there's actually a competition on the tables, right? I'm being a betting man, right? What I would like from is the lowest number that somebody's put down for the time for the speech, and the highest number, and I'll decide whether to go under or over. So where are we?
1 minute. 1 minute. 2 minutes.
59 seconds.
Okay. I'll make a start then. I actually thought that it would be useful today to just reflect on what we've experienced to date, and I think everybody here would agree it's been a very emotional day. Yeah, and what I would say, even the cake is in tears. Did I tell you the one about the 2 TV aerials that got married? The service was rubbish, but the reception was brilliant.
Can you stop now?
Right, I'll stop now. I was told no more jokes. What I would like to do on behalf of Rachel is to thank everybody who's made the trip for the wedding. I think some people have come fairly long distances. I think it's even 58 miles from Exeter, so that's quite long. Yeah. In terms of today, it's a very special day for me. I'm very proud of Rachel, and whilst I'm losing my princess, Rachel is actually gaining her prince. I actually got that gag off Love Island. No. What I would also like to do is publicly thank Ed and Audrey for all that they've done for Rachel. The organisation and everything's superb, and it wouldn't have happened without you. And I know Rachel appreciates both of you greatly. And from me, thank you for all you've done. How many minutes are we up to now? Has somebody got the timer?
It's not your speech, it's Jude's speech.
Oh, right. Oh, it's a total, right. Yeah. Okay. So all that remains is to, on behalf of myself, Liz, my wife, the rest of the family, to wish Jimmy and Rachel all success and happiness. I know they will be happy, and I know they'll have a long life together. And cheers. Well done.
Are you going to sing us a song, Jimmy?
No
purple rain.
Right, if everyone's under starters orders, we'll get the official adjudicator to start the timer. Perfect. Awesome. So, first off, before I say absolutely anything else, I'd like all of us to raise a glass to all of the friends and family that sadly can't be with us today, for whatever reason that may be. So if you'd all please like to raise your glasses to absent friends and family. So just to echo what Stuart said a few moments ago, firstly I'd like to say a huge thank you from both of us for the distances that every single one of you has travelled to be here. Now please do shout loudly and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there's a single person in the room, minus the staff that work here, that actually live in North Devon. So a big shout out to the crew from Scotland. So yes, you know who you are. So Matin Va, and for those of you that can't speak Scottish Gaelic, that's welcome. And for those of you that can and did not understand a word of what I just said, it means welcome. A big shout out to the London and South East lot, as the famous comedian Mickey Flanagan would say himself, the crafty Cockney is in the house. So thank you for not just popping out, but coming out. We have to say a mention and a hello to the slightly posher people from the south. It's lovely to see you all today. And lastly, dotted around some tables near the back, we have the people from the west. The people who can't decide whether it's jam first or cream first will all know who they are, because at about 10 p.m. they'll all be up on the karaoke singing about a combine harvester and how they all love cider. So welcome to you all. So Helen, Megan, Holly, Emma and Harriet, deep down from myself, I'd just like to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for supporting Rachel throughout her life and up to the moments that we are now, and for being an integral part of our big day. When I say that family means the absolute world to me and to us, it truly does, and that's why we wanted all of you to play such a big part in the day that we had. And actually a special mention to Holly for the amazing hair that she's done this evening. So if you're ever down the west end of Cornwall way, make sure you book in. Obviously I will take 10% commission on all bookings following this wedding. Just a special mention to Jacob and Lauren, who are my groomsmen, and actually I suppose groomswoman as well. So thank you for helping us plan the day. We would definitely not be here right now without your help, support and guidance. In fact, actually, if we'd have left this wedding up to Rachel, we'd currently be sat in a teepee in a field with a petting zoo. And we definitely know that Rachel would have definitely wanted to do that, considering on every outing we go on, she's always trying to smuggle some form of livestock into the car somewhere. So thank you for making us come here without old MacDonald rearing his head from behind the door. So on to, he's over that end of the table. So on to Chris, where do I start, mate? Right from day one in year 7, I knew that we would be best of friends till the end. I mean, we were like two peas in a pod, and by two peas in a pod, I mean we were both weird. I mean, let's face it, I had a beard and a monobrow, and you had no chin. So what could possibly go wrong? But honestly, thank you for your continued help and support here today. So just a very quick mention to Jess, who's on the table at the back there, for obviously setting me and Rachel up all those years ago. Yeah. Obviously without her meddling and interfering, again, we would not be here today.
Keep going, Willie.
Yeah, no, we are going.
Pass it over to the best man. I'm winning.
So obviously we'd like to make a special mention to Joe and to Auntie Marianne for the amazing readings they did throughout the speech. And also a massive shout out to the lovely Chris and Lewis who helped decorate this lovely venue. Again, if anyone's having any weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals, they are available for hire. But again, I do take a 10% commission on all your home styling needs. So thank you. So Liz and Stuart, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for your continued help and support over the last sort of 6 or so years that you've given both me and Rachel. When you spend time with Rachel and you sort of sit down with her, you really can understand where she gets her character, her sense of humour from, and her charm and her wit. Now, I promise that I will continue to look after Rachel and give her the life that she deserves, and that I know you would have wanted her to have and you would have given her. So thank you. Now shuffling from one side of the table to the other. Dad, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being at my creation. Because without you, this would not be happening today. So yeah, thanks for playing your part there. Next on to me second dad here, and I'll just clear any air in the room for those people that don't know. They're not a couple. But Ed, I just wanted to say, deep down from both of us, thank you. Thanks for being there when we have both needed you, and thanks for making my mum happy, and for all the help and support that you've given the entire family over the last God knows how many years. It definitely takes a lot to find someone who has children, and particularly find someone who has older children or an older child, such as I was at the time, and take them on as your own. And I feel that you've done that amazingly. So thank you very much. You definitely wouldn't be here today without you. I do promise we are near the end. We're only on about page 5 of about 500. But don't worry, it's only because it's in font 72. So I suppose we better move on from one large to another large. So Mum, I don't know if I can put into words how I feel right now. You have been there every single step of the way, from the beginning and right up to now. I know that I've not always made things easy. And and that we've not always been well off. But when I do look back on my childhood and the upbringing that I had, there's no negative words. There's no negative words that I could say. I know that I will sit there and I'll joke about, you not attending school plays and school shows, but the reality is that you would have been there, and if for any reason that you weren't there, and to put speculation in the room, no, it wasn't because she'd been in the boozer. It would have been because she'd been grinding the axe to the bone to make sure that I had everything that I wanted to do and that I was able to do. I was able to get the degree that I wanted, move to Exeter, and that's all because of everything that you have shown me, that no matter what life throws in your way, reach for your dreams, and should you fall off the ladder, get up, dust yourself off, have another glass of Prosecco, and then start again. Now, I know that Nanny and Grandad Rennicks sadly can't be with us here today, and I know that they would have loved Rachel and they'd have loved being here. But I know that they're up there in the boozer in the sky, and they're smiling down on all of us here, and they're saying one thing, and that's good job. So thank you for all that you do, all you have done, and all that you will continue to do for both of us. Now, I suppose I'd better mention the real reason why we're here today. Now, I know what you're all thinking, but no, I'm not about to burst out with ABBA's greatest hits. At least not yet, anyway. We'll save the Dancing Queen for later. So, Rachel.
Yes. That's me.
Thank you for such a formal address. Every time our eyes meet, this feeling inside me is almost more than I can take. Right from the start, I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. I've never been this close to anyone or anything. Throughout the last 6 years, you have given me nothing but love and affection. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you. It just keeps getting better. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this today, it's this.
What?
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Now, it means no worries for the rest of your days, because today I made those vows in front of our friends and family to say I want to spend the rest of my life with you by my side forever and ever. So if everyone could please be upstanding and raise a big Hakuna Matata to the one that I now call my wife. Matata!
That was brilliant. Well done, Jimmy.
Yeah, well done.
And I would just like to add, who's ever won the 50 grand out the scratch card that's in there, we will take commission as well.
Hello, I'm Chris. For some of you who don't know me, I can't tell you how honoured I was to be Jimmy's best man. Well, be his best man. Although, I wish I could have been in a better way, instead of outside a kebab van on a Friday night, drunk out of our heads. I first met Jimmy when starting out at Kenneth School. We have kept this friendship going throughout the years. He was a very loose cannon with all the singing and dancing that he does. So I hope that later on we'll be singing some of those old moves of yours, Jimmy? No? Now, to Rachel, you may want to cover your ears for this next part. There was once this time when Jimmy was at university and I went down to see him for the weekend. Now let me tell you, not only was it a brilliant weekend, but it ended up of endless drinking, but it was the strangest. Let me just say, it ended up with a rubber duck, a shower sponge, and 4 hours in A&E. Another of my fondest memories about Jimmy was once there was time when I went to London and we ended up at this pub. Or was it a nightclub? I can't remember. Anyways, after getting into this place, Jimmy being Jimmy went to the bar to get the most colourful and girlish looking drink. You should have seen this thing. It had like umbrellas and sparklers and everything. Because I'm just there with a plain old pint. After getting the drinks, we went immediately to the table and dance floor area. After being there for 10 minutes, Jimmy being Jimmy was popping and locking like a ditty old lady. That's what. If there was a song on that he knew, he would see if he could sing all the words. Well, try. I mean, if you can't make it through the X Factor, you may make it as the local drunk. Anyway, it's crazy times like that have kept us friends, and I'd like to say I'd ever so grateful that we've stayed best friends for nearly 13 years. I hope our friendship can continue. Now to Rachel, I can't thank you enough for making a unique and crazy man and transforming him into a smart dressed and less crazy boy. Now, my question is, when can we see the unsmart and crazy boy again? Now think about later on tonight. I mean, how much would you spend on your mum's wedding again? £500 just on Jaeger bombs? Now to the serious part of this speech, which is, we all know that there is something big happening here. Hang on, lost the part. Yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
No rush.
Not I ever questioned it, but I feel that these two were made for each other, and I hope that they have a brilliant and amazing life together and make wonderful memories together. So let's raise a glass and honour Jimmy and Rachel as they move on to the next step in their life, and we look forward to seeing what your guys' future will bring. Hopefully kids. Last little bit, I forgot to say, I would like to personally thank Jimmy's mum and dad for not only being Jimmy's mum and dad, but for making him the legend that he is, and the legend that he's become, and into the man that he is today. And of course, I thank Rachel's mum and dad for who have made Rachel into the lovely lady she has become. So, can we all raise a glass for the bride and groom's parents who have made them into the amazing couple they are today? I've been Chris, and now I guess I'll hand this back to someone. So thank you.
Thank you.
Do you realise I was going to do this, but I've made a decision to do one. And it's not off the books, so you're okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Audrey. I'm Jimmy's mum, and I'm just going to reiterate, thank you to people from travelling far and wide to be here today. I realise it was a bit of a trek. We've had problems with James and so on, but it's really appreciated to share the day with this special couple. I want to thank Rachel for making my son the most happiest man he is today, and also thanking him for finally taking him off my hands. I hope you're going to indulge me. I just want to spend literally 2 minutes, and everyone's starving and we need to get drinks in and stuff. But I just want to speak about Jimmy for a couple of minutes. He made a comment in the back of the car recently about I never kept any of his stuff from when he was a baby because I threw everything away. So I sent Ed, lovely Ed, up to the loft, and he dragged all the Jimmy labelled boxes down, and I came across these. These were one of Jimmy's first pair of brown shoes, and he looked so cute in them, and he was also an amazing baby. And then, as I was going through the box, I came across these. These were his first pair of proper shoes. I think maybe Auntie Maureen brought them for him. And there's really scuffed on the front if you have a look, but on the bottom, they're like brand new. And that's because Jimmy was a really late walker. I think you were about 4 when you actually started. So we had shoes that were scuffed and then great on the bottom. So Jimmy was a bit late to quite a lot of things. And the next shoes are not Jimmy's own shoes, but they're just a demonstration. And yeah, you'll see they're brand new, and they are going back to Tesco's on Saturday. But these. Jimmy didn't learn to tie his shoelaces.
Until about 6 hours ago.
About 6 hours ago, exactly. Every time we went shopping, no, what Velcro? I used to take him into all the sports shops and go, I'll buy you really expensive, lovely trainers, please buy lace-up trainers. No, they had to be Velcro. But finally, I think Jimmy did learn. Finally, Jimmy did learn to put his laces up, because these are his work boots. And can I just say that I'm so very proud of my son. I know he thinks I'm not proud of him, but throughout the pandemic, the way the NHS have looked after people and carried on working, not just the NHS, but loads of people, but Table 8, like, I know you're all Jimmy's work colleagues. And I just think you all deserve a round of applause for it. However, I am going to now make an announcement. If my lovely assistant would like to show you that these
You're
still
not
have
pregnant, are you?
Velcro and zips. I think we all know Jimmy has a unique sense of style. I remember him turning up at my work one day. He was about 14. It was non-uniform day. It's the last day of terms. He finished about 1, and he turned up, and he had on a pair of black trousers, a shirt, a black waistcoat, and a pinstripe jewellery. And I'm really sorry for the kids here, but of course I said, "Who do you think you are, fucking Bilk?" And for those who are too young to know who Bilk is, Google it.
What about those laying online?
So, these are a pair of Jimmy's shoes that he bought for my 50th birthday celebrations. He bought them on eBay, and they're 2 sizes too big. So he wore not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 pairs of socks with them.
It was a bargain.
Oh, he's just said, but they were a bargain.
More his influence.
But they still didn't fit him. And what's more funny is he still owns them.
Well, I won't fit me.
You wait till you're 60th.
But I'll tell you now, son, stand up. Stand up.
Who's the mother tell you?
You stand before me in your wedding shoes. You're about to embark on the biggest, most amazing adventure of your life, the 2 of you. Just remember to love each other, look after each other, and stop bickering. But remain friends and lovers for the rest of your lives, and you won't go far wrong. And I'd like to ask you all to finally raise your probably very empty glasses to the bride and groom. Now go to the bar, get a drink, and we'll have some food.